Everything begins in fragments, crumbled clay, scattered ashes, or forgotten names. We think of creation as something pure, something whole, but isn't it always the result of something that has already been destroyed? We begin with brokenness, with what is already in pieces. From the first breath of creation, we are told that to create is to make something whole. But perhaps that is an illusion. Perhaps to create is simply to shape the remnants of what came before. Fragments are all we have, and even they are borrowed. The past grinds itself down, whether we choose to believe it or not. What was once a mountain becomes a dust, what was once a name becomes a whisper. Every act of creation is born from the ashes of what has already been. It is nature of all things to fade, to dissolve, to break apart, and yet we continue to grasp, to rebuild, asking for meaning. But it's never quite the same, is it? Creation is not about finding permanence, it is about what we do with the fragments. We take them, we shape them, we try to make something new, something that stains, something that speaks. This is how we learn to shape meaning. We take what is fleeting, try to make it last. We write, we create, we press our existence into the world as if permanence were a promise, not an illusion. But nothing truly stays. The ink I'm making today will fade, the words I write will blur, the hands that craft these will one day be still. The paper will yellow and the ink will dissolve. And maybe the tragedy is not that the things fade, but we fear their fading. We hold on desperate to preserve what is inevitably slipping through our fingers. But perhaps that is not a tragedy, but a mercy. Because if everything could last forever, would we even dare to begin? Would we create knowing that our effort will be eternal? Or would we freeze in fear, too terrified of the weight of permanence? Perhaps the gift is not in what we leave behind, but in what we are allowed to forget.